Hello there and welcome back to the VSL Plat Diamond Cup. We are now in the final match between Kreig and Propelled. Rather interesting ZVT we've been having here. I am your caster, Lotus.
And I am Jackbo.
Okay, so in the southern position we have none other than the friendly blue Zerg, Kreig.
And in the northern position we have the purple Terran Propelled.
Okay, so we are now on... Sorry, I don't actually know the name of this map. What is it?
It's Crossfire.
Crossfire, yes. It's a GSL map, if I am correct.
In fact, originally a Blizzard map that was kind of appropriated by the map-making community. It wasn't one that Blizzard ever included in the map pool, but people seem to take a liking to it and include it in tournaments.
Well, I think it's different because it's very long and narrow. It's not your typical map. It's something that's just different, and we do have a little bit of input from a dog outside, and he seems to think that this map is particularly good.
Certainly, as you were saying, definitely a very narrow map in every respect. The map itself is very narrow, but so many chokes everywhere. All the paths are very narrow, very few wide open spaces for engagements, which some say is bad for Zerg, especially against Protoss, but against Terran too, as the splash damage from tanks can be particularly potent. Oh
yeah, you see a lot of Terran players just like to siege up by these watchtowers, and they're able to just shell everything coming down any of these paths. Really strong positioning for tanks can be held here, because everything has to run through the centre more or less, so getting control of the high ground in the middle of the map is so important, I find.
Yeah, there are some excellent opportunities for space control from Terran on this map, so let's see if we're going to see any of that out of Propelled, or whether he'll go for something a little bit more cheesy, a little bit more Turaxy. We'll have to see.
Well, we've noticed that Propelled every game so far has just bunker rushed, because Kreig is a fan of fast expanding. We'll see now, does Propelled chuck down a bunker once again? Third time's lucky? Have a look, the barracks is just finished. Is he going to build a bunker? Nothing as of yet. Spawning pool once again.
SCV just chilling out there.
Just chilling out.
Whacking away at the hatchery.
Yeah, drilling away with his little drill. Look at him go. Oh, he's a champion. And now he's running away. Looks like we will not see a bunker rush this time.
No, he had his fun, wants to leave.
Yep. And Kreig's drone is still actually within the main of Propelled, so he might get a second scout off later on, perhaps a couple of minutes into the game. See, this SCV is now just scouting for any hidden expos, just in case, you never know.
Although for some reason didn't check that expo, decided to go around to the back path. I wonder why.
Well, they are.
Maybe he's going to use that for future scouting purposes.
Well, you never know. We could see a proxy racks getting dropped down here, going to work at the destructible rocks at the rear of the base.
Yep, and we do see a gas steal in Propelled's main, actually, from Kreig.
Oh, right. Interesting.
So he really wants to limit that the possibility of Banshees, I think.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it was a problem, of course, for him in the first game, and he has gone for a fast expand yet again. And we do see a proxy factory getting put down in this southern position here. Can we see some tank play, maybe really fast tank play, or even Thor pushing straight through the destructible rocks? We'll wait and see. Yeah,
with this positioning of the factory, I'd really love to see some kind of Thor cheese coming out of Propelled here.
Yeah.
I really don't think Hellions would be viable, just because they'd have to drive all the way around, and it would just make more sense to put the factory in a different location.
Yeah.
Considering those destructible rocks, but the Thor can tackle that quite handily.
We do see 3 barracks getting dropped down for Propelled at the moment. I don't know if this is to throw off Kreig at all, just to say if he does get a scout in his base, he sees the additional barracks and you think, okay, let's go Banelings or something. You never know, because... Oh, we do see an armory. We are going to see a Thor push come through the back rocks here, and I'm really liking this by Propelled. I really like this. He's, I mean, it is a cheese, yes, without a doubt, but he's mixing it up. He's getting playing with a bit of surprise here. He's playing very smart, if you ask me. It's a brilliant little thing to do. Of course, that gas steal is going to delay it somewhat, but
absolutely. But a very nice play to bring this out in a best of 3, for instance. And I love proxying the armory as well. That's very good. If the Overlord were to come in and find the armory there, it would be a clear indication of his intentions, even if the Overlord didn't see the factory. But with both of them proxied down there, that's a very nice play indeed.
I think what he's going to do is he's just going to mass-produce Marines at the moment, and he's going to push with his Marines down the centre, and then he's going to break down the rocks with the Thor at the back. And I think this hit is going to come together, and it's going to be very strong. It's going to be hard for Kreig to respond to this correctly.
Yep, and we do see a tech lab on that factory now, so I should think that he is going for stim. So that might be an indication of when he really wants to push. Oh, combat shield, fancy that.
Different. So the tech lab is now down on the factory. He's probably just waiting up time to build before he builds his first Thor. He does need to gather enough resources because they are a very expensive unit. Okay then. So what can we see down for Kreig at the moment? So far he's just got a spawning pool. and no other tech, it seems. No other tech. So Lings, unfortunately... Oh, this Overlord here is actually going to scout this proxied factory. Does he see it? Is it within his range?
He doesn't quite see it.
Doesn't quite see it. I don't believe it, but as soon as he does push out, he is going to notice that. I can't believe that. That is so unfortunate for Kreig.
Yep, well, he will only be alerted to the fact that there's a Thor out, as well, when the Thor gets out.
Yep. And look, we do see the Marines are now pushing out for Propelled now. I really do like this timing. Lings do spot the push coming, so he's probably going to see... Yeah, we see an influx. 20 Lings in production right now. Just to counter this batch of Marines.
Yep.
But the first Thor does pop out now.
Eyes trained on this factory now to see if Kreig is going to spot it, but he doesn't see anything yet. We see the Collector's Edition Thor standing there, just chilling out.
And we do see a whole bunch of SCVs are coming now, so he does know that this is going to be an all-in. It's obviously going to go and follow the Thor. He does spot the Thor coming in now. Does he react in time? SCVs are coming around the back rocks, the Marines come into the back. The Marines are just standing still at the moment. We do see a Baneling nest is being dropped. Metabolic boost is on the way, of course. Without speed, he is bunkering at the back as well. This is very interesting positioning right here. Those rocks will not take long for that Thor to break down. The second Thor is nearly actually finished as well.
Yep, and if in fact the Zerglings can get down and tackle that Thor before the Marines get there, that could be huge, but I don't think the rocks are going down fast enough.
The Marines are actually there. A second Thor is now out. This is not going to last very long now for Kreig. He should be focusing down that back door rocks now, just to try and destroy and push while he has the timing. He needs to get those Marines inside that bunker. He needs to get those SCVs repairing the Thors. But looks like the Lings are not focusing down any of the Marines. They're just trying to take out the Thors, and with that many SCVs repairing them, he's never going to take them down. Yep,
and that just was not enough. That was not enough to break this force, and now he has next to nothing. He's got a lot of Banelings morphing in, but
20
if he
Banelings morphing in.
Yep, if Propelled manages to force those Banelings to get their hits off on the Thors, then Kreig is going to be in serious frown town.
He needs to pull back the Marines and let the Thors tank the damage here. As long as he keeps those SCVs alive, he's only got 2 SCVs left remaining. That's not good. He needed to keep more SCVs alive.
Everything goes down except for 2 SCVs and 1 Thor.
When you're doing a Thor push like this, you really need to keep your bio units, your light bio units at the back, because once they're gone, the Thors will not last long against Lings. They're very, very beefy units, but it's just not going to be enough. We see a small contingency of Marines just pushing in now to reinforce, but this is looking very, very bad for Propelled now.
Yeah, most certainly.
He has a base behind, he's got wasted tech.
And he's still producing Thors, in fact.
I don't think that's the best idea at the moment.
No, a bit of a curious choice. I'd like to see him cancel that Thor, put those minerals into a command center, and just try and macro his way out of this, because I think from here on, this rush just isn't going to work. No, and Propelled does GG, gives up the game preemptively. I mean, I couldn't see him coming back into that, and it does mean that Kreig will actually take this series 2-1, sorry, and will get put into round 3. So, some interesting matches we saw there, Jackbo. I have very nice indeed. Your caster for the day, Lotus. And I have been Jackbo. We'll see you again in round 3.